When Dr. Anna Dunn became principal of Pleasant Valley Elementary School, 78% of her students were passing the Texas Assessment of Academic Skills. This earned an acceptable rating from the state, but Dr. Dunn insisted on reaching higher. This is about what it takes for a principal to help lift her school to earn the highest educational accolade in Texas.
A principal has a fundamental job of, number one, expanding on a vision that all students can learn, and all students can learn to read well. Then providing the necessary resources to the teachers so that it's not just a vision with them, but they can act on it. Our overall philosophy is that all students have to be able to read before they leave the school. Hopefully they're reading above their grade level, but at least reading on their grade level at the end of the school year. And the teachers embrace that. They know that they can do that.
We play in the big green tree.
The instructional leadership of the principal is invaluable in achieving reading success in a school. If the principal knows what the goals of good instruction are, and if the principal can encourage good planning and collaboration and the use of resources, teachers can do so much more with their energy and their time.
Anna Dunn has done a wonderful job in creating an instructional focus for this staff. All these teachers here are focused on each individual child, and that's really important when we start trying to improve the success for each child. You've got to know each child and where they are and what the gaps are, and then teach to those gaps.
At the first of every school year, when the teachers and I sit down together and we look at the individual students in those classrooms for that year, we always set new goals, depending on where the kids are that year in the classroom, what their needs are, where their strengths are, and where their weaknesses are.
To give every child the best chance of success, Dr. Dunn and her teachers work together every day.
I was coming to ask you what I can do about Joey.
Mrs. Leesenby came to me to discuss a particular student in her classroom who absolutely did not even know his alphabet, and we're talking about a first grader. I had been wondering about him. You know, he's been in 8 schools already, which is really unusual. And it didn't really matter which schools he was in, but just the fact that he had moved so much. So he entered first grade really missing most of his kindergarten years. I'm going to use paired reading just as soon as we can get him on the schedule. Bulldog Booster Club. You're going to work with him one-on-one while your student teacher is taking over the rest of the class. And if that's still not enough, we'll see if we can't bring in some of the special ed specialists in their free time or when they're not doing classes to help him. But the thing is, we've got to get Joey reading really quickly, or he's going to get behind on everything else. We can't say, oh, well, that he's going to fail first grade, he's going to fail second grade. What we always look at is what can we do to accelerate his learning.
The principal of a school that's doing a great job is also an instructional leader. She understands reading, and she's involved in the decisions about reading and about staffing and about intervention. It's a tough job. It's a 24-hour-a-day job. It burns people out. Principals deserve all of our respect.
Dr. Dunn has won the respect of her students, too, and has even changed the dreaded trip to the principal's office into a coveted reward.
Well, who wants to go first? I love it when you guys come in here and read to me. You want to read first, Trenton? Little kids love to show off when they do something well, and the person that they like to show off best here at school is me. They see me every morning. They know who I am. They like to come to my office, and they bring their journals or books that they're reading particularly well. And this is a way for the teacher to tell the students, you're doing so well that Mrs. Dunn would be so proud of you. So it's part of that high expectations and some positive reinforcement for their learning.
For Dr. Dunn, every decision of every day is guided by one focused passion: to get the best from each student. Under her leadership, Pleasant Valley rose from acceptable to recognized and finally to exemplary. with over 90% of students passing the Texas Assessment of Academic Skills.
If you have a well-managed classroom, you have well-behaved students, you have students who are proud of the accomplishments they make, you're going to have a student who's learning. And regardless of the circumstances or the background, they're going to do a better job of being a student. If we don't teach these kiddos to read, that we've probably done the worst thing we can ever do to them in their lives. If nothing else, we have to teach them to read.